Howdy cowdies, weekly walkabout time at the collector. We've been busy again, heaps more cool stuff. Some sterling silver teaspoon trophies from the MCC Rifle Club. 1938 and 1940 I think they are. There's 5 of them in there, all marked sterling silver. Men's Longines watch, a ladies' elegance watch, classique elegance, which is really nice. And you've got the men's Omega and a unicorn. A pair of these nice little Eastern sort of white metal little sort of platters. There's another nice little Indian white metal, but it is marked up the back, so it probably is silver. It's just hard to read the mark. Lovely little baby's brush there with the silver baby text and the little mounted handle. Uranium glass basket, the little Lalique Dove figure. You've got 3 vintage Dunhill cigarette lighters. You've got that cool 1980s polymer clay parrot necklace and earring set. I've got some nice hat pins and stick pins, some silver and other stuff in amongst, some silver bangles. Got some more cigarette lighters. We've had a few more turn up. So some aluminium ones from the 1940s. That one over the back, lot 186 is advertising Datsun cars. There's 2 Strataflame gas ones in those boxes. There's a cool little lot of toys there with a little Thule bird and some little sort of googly eye keychains and a little Winky doll. What else have we got? A little cast brass Lions Club lion, some more advertising lighters and a cigarette tin. He's cool, a little pistol cigarette lighter. So there's some nice little bits and bobs in the jewellery cabinet. And we've got these nice 2 pairs of chairs, the lovely big Blackwood Arts and Crafts dressing table. Nice little collection of sort of oriental boxes and little screens and stuff. This is a nice little group lot, little unsigned watercolour, which is really nice with this hand sort of illustrated mount, which is really quite lovely. Royal Academy Pictures 1904 yearbook. Got this nice little still life watercolour signed K Ward, but you can see it is a little bit damaged. And you got a pair of these little circa 1900 sort of oil paintings, which look to be the sort of sides of a fire screen, because we had a fire screen a couple of weeks ago. All right. But they're quite nice. Some good Australian and other stamps in those albums. Some sort of band shirts, Nirvana, David Bowie, Ed Sheeran. There's some Pink Floyd, there's some cool stuff. A big Bob Marley banner in there as well. Some nice ladies sort of vintage bedwear, negligees and stuff. This is pretty cool, a Harry Who coat. And another lovely little lady's coat here with this really sort of nice black sort of ribbon work. Little mink collar. There's some more cool clothing in here. Old duffel coat, bluey, Norwellian bluey. There's a nice sort of oilskin outfit in there as well, and hats and stuff. Some nice street directories and all the oil and grease sort of tins. Old sort of vintage style push button telephone with a nice old street directory and an old 70s sports bag. Boxes of wooden stuff with some walking sticks and parasols. He's actually nice with the carved snake and crocodile. Some more wooden items. You've got nice little plates and shadow boxes in the Overlander carriage. Some chip carved gear in amongst. Box of Melbourne Footy Club and MCC gear. There you go, the Ron Barassi train ticket or public transport ticket. You got a cool jumper and a nice jacket or blazer with the MCC embroidered. This is pretty cool as well, this little Cura Pewter. I've got to grab it out of the box. I think it's MCC 150 years, 1838 to 1988. That's a cool little bit in amongst there. Some good stuff. I think the blazer is a little bit as found though, but it's nice. It's got the metallic thread work through it, not like this jumper. Blazer's down the bottom there. It's just you can't see it. What else have we got? Big box of CDs. There's some good gear, bit of Silverchair, the Nylons, Tears for Fears, Guns N' Roses, Nirvana, Offspring, the Ataris, Michael Jackson, bit of Buzzcocks, P76, the Leyland. Good stuff in there. Nice collection of clocks. Big lot of EP. There's some nice stuff in amongst there. Nice lot of linen and sort of lace and napery and sort of babies' clothing. 2 boxes of stuff. Nice big Mikasa cake plate there with the lifter. Nice lots of glass and crystal and some cutlery. Some records, old Geelong Cats cushion cover and other sort of shirts. Heaps of singles and LPs in there as well. Boxes of stuff again. I got some nice bits in the jewellery cabinet. This is a lovely little tortoiseshell box with that little sort of white metal embossed design to the lid. These nice American plates. And this is a ripper, souvenir of Mauritius, little coconut sort of jewellery casket. There's a nice little miniature watercolour by William Slack. And a nice little chip carved sort of box and another inlaid box. These have all got silver lids or silver mounts, silver cover on the notebook, silver ferrules and handles on the cutlery. Costume jewellery, there's some cool gear in amongst here. Got the little pussycat necklace. And the little girl's pretty cool as well. And this is a lovely little lot, mixed items. You got this nice old Ivorine hand-painted fan, little Art Deco half doll, Gouda style, other little bits in amongst. All the Wade porcelain, with the koalas and angelfish and turtles. Some nice glass bead necklaces. It's a good little jewellery box full of all the different implements with nail buffers and needle cases and button hooks and sort of candle snuffers and all sorts of stuff in amongst. This thing's kind of cool. Sort of just hovers there and spins. With some sort of magnets going on that sort of repulses each other, which is why it just hovers there. Plus this sort of big, chunky chisel men's watch. Rolling Stones ephemera, photographs from an old gigs. More sort of silver mounted lids and napkin rings and stuff. What else have we got? Nice arts and crafts armchair with the LED light panel and the LED light shade. Another good little group lot of occasional furniture, shelves, mirrors and stuff. L-shaped bookcase with adjustable shelves and the Magic Maid. Good box of ephemera, sort of heaps of antique and collectible magazines, and then there's some Beatles books, James Dean poster book. Toys, 2 boxes of stuff, baseballs, scales with the original pan. Some nice old brassware and sort of metalware in amongst as well. Nice little box of Victorian other glass and crystal. Some good quality gear in amongst. Little lot of bonsai pots and some sort of little flower, little seed packets and things like that in amongst as well. Great little portable 50s record player with a little cassette deck. 2 boxes sort of napery and some gloves and handkerchiefs. Here's a cool little heat lamp that someone's actually converted so you can put a normal globe in it with an old esky. 2 more boxes, blue and white china. Some nice quality EP&S. What else have we got? More wooden items. It's a nice lot with the old tennis racket, sports equipment. Spalding Par golf ball box. There you go, Patterson River Golf Club scorecard, and there's a nice little enamelled badge from there as well. And you've got these nice old golf balls, Spalding golf balls with those little green squares. 2 packets of the Shore Long golf tees, got all their tees in them. She's fantastic. I had one of them a while ago. I teed it up. I actually nailed the drive. The only problem was that the tee fell in, which just came straight in half. So they're all right. You'll nail the drive, but it'll only last 1 shot. So we got cutlery boxes, some modern works on paper, including the David Gattis. Nice little collection of lamps. This Ellis style one, this nice little red clip-on, and this modern clear glass one. Light Up Foster's Light-Ites sign's pretty cool. It's all lit up. Nice big turtle shell. He's a ripper. Henri Winterman cigar. Point of sale. 2 boxes of all the Rolling Stone books. Big lot of dolls and cars. What else have we got? Nice big lot of Scandinavian glass. You've got Orifice, Puckeberg, all sorts of stuff in amongst. Little elephant figures. Little boat. Some of the green glass as well. But it's a nice big group lot. And then we've got a nice collection of Royal Winton. And then this is all crested and sort of souvenir ware. And then big lot of crystal glass and Victorian ceramics, oil lamps and other lamps. Metalware, mainly brass and copper. Got a little lot of 80s pop singles. Big group, lot of sort of mixed ceramics, glass, and other items. Marbles, Euro overseas stamps, nice lot of jewellery. What else have we got? A little group lot here with the Victorian Rifle Association trophy, which hasn't been awarded to anybody, 1935. You got the rifle register booklet, poniot, a cannon, a pipe, and a Japanese musical cigarette box. Nice big group of Victorian ceramics as well, with the Staffordshire milk jug, nice little bit of Worcester, Victorian satin glass, Port Merion little jug, nice little pair of the lidded hand painted. Then we've got some barware, oriental stuff, nice little carved soapstone brush pot. What else have we got? Some more carved wooden items. This tankard's a ripper. Alex underneath. It's just beautifully heavily carved and everything. Absolute ripper. Little lot of leather sort of items. Some more ceramics, Australian pottery, and some enamelled ware. Little lot of sort of novelties, salt and peppers and other stuff. These little sort of carved horn little rabbits are pretty cute. Some Australian books. Louis Becky, A Grove Day, Experiences of a Convict, German Settlers in South Australia, Eddie Ward, The Firebrand of East Sydney, some interesting stuff in amongst there. And then I've got some really nice paintings. Lovely Peter Boostfield watercolour, sort of a bit of an obscure Australian painter. You don't see much of his work kicking around. We're starting to become a little bit foxed though. You can see some little brown spots coming through, but it's a lovely watercolour. And this is another ripper by Carlisle Jackson. He's a great painter. Always nice. River scene there with a little country house. Fantastic little Phyllis Waterhouse oil of the sunflower crop. Kim Hart watercolour. Pro Hart Sun. And this is a ripper. George Garden Colville. Really nice oil painting, and it's under glass, which you're not supposed to do, but I always think it looks good. It is sewn lower right. It's got a nice old Seddon Galleries label on the back from an exhibition in the 1930s. And it's marked on the back of that landscape. But handwritten on the back of this, it actually says something farm in Baxter. But yeah, it's really hard to figure out what the first word is. But anyway, really nice. Ripper of a frame and everything as well. All right, what else have we got? Sort of kitchen stuff, the big butter churn and some sort of little moulds and things. Really nice old map. The Pacific Ocean here. It's like, I think it's 19th century. It might even be a little bit earlier. There you go, with Australia and all the islands around. It's in French. There's all details here. This is a nice lot, the 1930s cedar comport with the pair of the hand-painted vases, but everything's got a bit of damage. This has got damage here. You got a hairline on each of the vases as well, unfortunately. But they're really quite unusual. I think they might be Japanese. Really unusual the way they're all hand-painted. Really quite nice. All right, this is a ripper. Got all the paperwork that goes with it. The Futuretronics electric ball clock. There you go. Really cool thing. Now, these guys were just up the road in Centre Road in Clayton. Futuretronics, I think they had the cool building that looked like a sort of flying saucer, which ended up being an ice skating rink, which I think is gone now. But really cool bit. This is all complete. All the balls are there. You got different sort of coloured and sized ones to sit here, and the rest of them are over the back there. It all works. Ripping thing. Billy Idol records, mixed lot of records, sort of Gloria Gaynor, Echoes. Oh, this is all Australian stuff. The Angels, Arnie Jack, Club Rome, Romeo, the Kevins, some obscure stuff in amongst. Nice lot of handstand Australian pottery and this nice little gum leaf, which is a bit of Carol. All right, so after Remude got rid of the factory, but it is damaged, as you can see, and someone's decided to paint it to match the bloody mantelpiece or something. This is all sort of fuel cigarette lighters, windproof. This Omega one's a bit interesting in the Bakelite case. Another nice lot of glass and ceramics and sort of some crystal. Good lot of Australian records. You've got the Billy Thorpe LP and a bunch of singles. Lobby Lloyd. The Millionaires, More Lobby Lloyd, the Easy Beats and stuff like that. Do the Boomerang, Jay Walker and the All-Stars, sample record, not for sale. Some of them are in pretty average condition, as you can see. But there's some good little bits in there. And then you've got the Crocus LP with an early Aerosmith LP. Nice aluminium little coffee perk there with a couple of lovely Costa Boda oil lamps. These are cool. The 2 box games, including the Toll Toys, butcher-operated Puffing Billy. That's pretty rad. Never knew that was around. But it's nice with the little Toll Toys Australian kangaroo emblem on it. Cool thing. Lovely Victorian ruby glass oil lamp with a nice cottage clock. Porcupine quill boxes. You can see that we've got a little bit of damage. You can see that some of them are missing. A couple missing there, but there's a spare little sort of lid or something like that. More advertising, cigarette lighters, 2GB, Swan Lager, Swiss Air, Lufthansa. There you go. And there's some cool Tucker Box pet food, Melbourne, in amongst. Laughing Clowns 12-inch single. Pretty cool. Another good Australian band. I think it was Ed Cooper, the guitarist from the Saints, who went and did the Laughing Clowns. You don't see much of their stuff. It's good stuff, though. Progressive, you know. It's good stuff. And this is a cool little lot of singles. Motley Crue, it's all sort of heavy metal, Kiss, or rock and roll, Led Zepp, Iron Maiden, Bon Jovi. There you go. What's the one over the back there? Sammy Hagar. Some cool stuff. And this is a good group lot of all LPs. It's all sort of Cajun, sort of blues and folk sort of stuff. Some nice little Chinese porcelain brush pots reticulated here with a bit of pierced work. But it looks like there is one little bit there looks to be damaged, I can see. But we've put them with this lovely little miniature hand-decorated, hand-painted 4-fold screen. It's really quite nice. More cigarette lighters. These are cool, all sort of push-button mechanisms on them. They're all nice sort of chrome-plated ones. Various brands, Imco and stuff like that. This is a good bit, the War LP. So it's a Taiwanese pressing. All right, The World is a Ghetto, so it's got like a thin paper cover. It's in pretty good nick. Pretty rare record, especially the Taiwanese pressing. Corncob Pipes, point of sale. Another mixed lot of LPs and 12-inch singles, Queen, The Who. A couple of Woodstock albums in there. Fleetwood Mac, just a good lot. Another nice little lot of cigarette lighters, Scripto and other sort of American ones there with those coloured Perspex bases on them. Nice little photograph with the convex glass. Eric Burden gig poster from 2001 tour in Melbourne. That's a poster from, I think, the Prince of Wales. But there is a ticket here from another gig he did at the same time from Crown. There you go. And then there's this. Fantastic little walking stick there with wheels on the bottom and a horn to get the people to move out of your way. Jeez, it doesn't want to stand up, though, those bloody wheels. Couple of nice little watercolours signed Jay Calder and dated, I think, 1947. Just nice things, nicely presented as well. A couple of good, I think, 18th century Hogarth engravings. Rake's Progress. One is plate 1 and the other one's plate 7 from that series. Big lot of Fenton. Some Scottish and Irish ceramics. This is a nice little collection of sort of mixed items with some silver, little honour the work enamelled badge, which I think is Melbourne High School. Other little bits of silver and mother of pearl and stuff like that. Carved Tasmanian items. You've got the nice little Hue and Pine bottle stop. You've got this fantastic little figure with all the details on the base. Hue and Valley, the Deepings wood turner, Nicholas Rivulet. There you go. Made from sassafras. That's nice carved Tasmanian blackwood panel, a little house by the sea. Unusual decorator clock with a nice sort of retro zodiac clock. Sorry, that's a phone, isn't it? Another nice lot of Fenton, mixed lot of English, lovely collection of old soaps and stuff like that. Little group lot of mixed Carlton ware. And then all the vintage Japanese. These are lovely, these, but one of the jugs has got a bit of a chip out of it, unfortunately. All right. Then we've got a nice collection. You got I think it's Costa Boda or Orifice. You got a lovely pair of these Vans, French sort of crystal birds. And this nice little Costa Boda sort of lipstick looking piece. Or nail polish, I think. Another nice little lot of glass. Japanese and other ceramics, some nice bits of Noritake, and a nice lot of quality crystal and glass. Dalton decanter. Another little Vans Pussycat over the back there, and all the nice sort of cut crystal perfume bottles and stuff like that. Some nice beaded and sequin pieces. This sort of collar is absolutely lovely, this bit. Some kids' books, footy sticker albums and comics and stuff. There's some cool gear in here. All the sort of plastic letters and numbers, fridge magnets. There's a nice little colourful coat hook there. Pair of clockwork chattering teeth. Right, baby. These are great. On the box it says, as seen on network TV. And there's other cool little sort of spooky Halloween little rubber figures and stuff like that in amongst there. Good lot of sort of little singles. These are all Australian sort of rock. Love Is, Masters Apprentices, which is an A-label sample record. Then there's other good stuff in there. The Kinks. Kinks again. The Loved Ones. I think it's all Australian stuff, or it's all just like cool 50s rock. Nice pair of deco bookends. There's a little bit of damage off the end of the antlers though. Another nice little collection of the carved sort of stone pepper, the candle, and these nice glass flowers. Another good lot of singles. It's all Rolling Stones or the Beatles. Little mixed group, lot of figures and glass and stuff. Cambridge American glass jug. Good little group lot with the English Money Bank. This is Danish Torben, I think it is. Torben, Denmark. Lovely little sort of mid-century candle holder. And he's great, the little Diana Australian pottery owl. Another nice little group lot of Japanese ceramics. These two are hand-painted, and you've got the butterflies as well. He's cool, a little souvenir of Egypt, little leather satchel. Another little group lot of sort of nursery wear and items. A couple of nice Credence 45 RPM EPs. They're both not in good condition with their original picture sleeves. Good lot of CDs. L7, Frenzel ROM, No Effects, The Saints, uranium glass and some Victorian glass. Another little lot of singles, Talking Heads. What else have we got in there? Joan Jett, The Clash, The Call Up, the only band that matters. Another good little lot of glass. You got this nice little iridescent mushroom with a little label on the base, made in England. You got the Richard Clements perfume bottle, which is damaged, unfortunately. You can see that there's a chunk out of the collar, and the stopper has also got a chip out of the top. But there's some other funny little bits of glass, kind of like this little thing, and there's other little Italian pieces of fruit. And then we've got more art glass and vintage glass, babushkas, all this sort of silver-covered picture frames, boxes, little figures, a little group lot with this nice little totem here, but you can see that the little honker has been restored. What do we got down here in the low cabinet? Big lot of quality English. You got sort of Crown Devon, Spode, Wedgwood, Dalton, Mailingware, Royal Albert, Minton. And then we've got some nice boxes and photo frames and stuff. This is a nice little group, like with these cool pair of heels and some nice little perfume bottles. And nice little hand mirror and the glove stretchers. Victoriana, glass and ceramics, that nice little ruby glass vase. We like the little piggy fairings. And into the last two cabinets, guys. This is a really nice little lot with the Pietra Dura pieces, the micro mosaic frame, but we are missing a couple of little bits. And this lovely little sort of cutout card. Royal Winton, uranium glass, inlaid sort of mother of pearl items. More uranium glass, Royal Winton, art glass, kind of like that green twisted one's nice. Good lot of quality blue and white English china. What else have we got here? More uranium glass, Kirkham 7-piece drink set, more Fenton glass, more uranium glass. Another nice couple of bits of the inlaid Victorian mother of pearl, sort of lacquerware paper mache. Uranium glass, nice lot of pottery, Macready, Beck, Reg Preston. There is damage on the Reg Preston. These are really nice. Joan and Pete, Australia. All hand decorated, real 1950s. Good collection of teapots, Villeroy Bock. Shit, can't remember who made that one. It's Spode or someone. It's someone. Masons. Minton teapot. The lid is damaged, but someone's actually put that little E-piece surround on the lid, so it's still functional. Another good blue and white, and the nice big plated one over the back. Big modern Wedgwood vase, which is actually really quite nice and practical. 2 more bits of uranium glass. Nice little Staff's ginger jar and the Dartington perfume bottle. 2 more bits of uranium glass. Nice big art glass bowl. Another nice bit of uranium glass. I like this. I think it's Wachter's back. German sort of secessionist little sort of tea set there is really quite nice. More uranium, Italian glass, Wedgwood, uranium. Really nice big lidded confectionery jar or apothecary jar, whatever you want to put in it. Fowler vase with a nice little Johnny Campbell posy ring. Another Victorian hand-painted uranium. Lovely pair of the Bohemian sort of ruby flush cut perfumes. This is really nice. The big, thick, pink sort of French glass casket. Really nice big Australian pottery bowl with the big crab. There is a mark on the rim of it, but it's hard to read. It's cut in, looks like an AG or something like that. Medina art glass. I think it's Mary Ethel Tompkins. Really nice bit of Australian hand-painted Art Nouveau china. One of the feet has been off and stuck back on, but it is a beautiful bit. This is a ripping bit. Asprey & Co. English. Little mounted tilting pitcher or jug. So there you go. As you tilt it, that little arm lifts up the lid and it pours it out for you. It is marked on the other side around the back, Asprey & Co. London. It's just a ripper of a bit. Lovely big uranium glass jug and this really nice little 4-piece Sowerby uranium glass parts on a dressing table set. But anyway, guys, hopefully you saw something you liked. Really liked the crab. See you guys tomorrow night. Be another good one.